We're going to invite everyone to take their seats because we're going to begin in 5 minutes. Find your seat, please. I'd like everyone to take your seats, please. Okay, I need everyone seated because you're going to miss something important if you're still standing and visiting. We're ready to go. Thank you. Thank you. I need a clinking glass, please. We're ready to welcome all of you tonight. Thank you. My name is Brenda Oliver, and I served as the Missouri Realtors President in 2019, and I have the great honor tonight to serve as your host for our officer installation and award ceremony. So I welcome you all. You know, installations are my very favorite event for Missouri Realtors each year because I think it gives all the members insight into the new president's personality and how that'll skew our coming year. For that reason, I was delighted that Derek asked me to host his installation. He said, "Brenda, you were at the beginning of my leadership journey, and how well I remember back when I was just the chairman of strategic planning, and young Derek showed up as vice chairman the first week. That was the year that we did the huge structural audit and ultimately worked with McKinley analysts. It didn't take me but about an hour to be aware that Derek Schriever had a brain for thinking outside the box and a way to articulate his ideas to generate buy-in from everybody else. Those qualities and many other laudable traits have propelled him to become only the third Missouri Realtors president under the age of 40. Audience participation question. Who do you think, shout it out, who do you think were the other two presidents that were not yet 40 years old? Lane Morrill and Elizabeth Mendenhall. Pretty good company, I think. Now, one thing that we are going to learn tonight, we're going to learn how to pronounce President Schriever's name. Those of you like me who are visual speakers will see his name in print and hesitate because it's not pronounced the same way that it's spelled. Is it on the board? No. Derek is pretty straightforward, but Schriever does not have a W sound in it. Think Shreveport, Louisiana, Shreve, and then think the last syllable is pronounced ver, like beaver, Schriever. So now we're all going to say it together. Schriever. Don't ever hesitate again when you see that ornery little W in his name. So it's now my pleasure to recognize the 2023 Women's Council of Realtors leadership. So I want you to stand up when I read your name. President Terry Gilgore. We'll let you wait until they're all named and then we'll applaud for all of them. Our President-elect, Jerry Moore. The first Vice President, Becky Klein. Treasurer, David Short. And the State Liaison, Tammy Cheryl Short. Now let's have some applause for the Women's Council. Thank you. And of course, our 2023 Missouri Realtors leadership team, all of whom I know many of us in this room are proud to call friends and colleagues. They are, and we'll let them all stand and then give them a huge round of applause for their work this year. President Andrea Sheridan, President-elect Derek Schriever, Treasurer Bobby Howell, Treasurer-elect Brian Jared, the immediate past President John Mayfield, and our CEO, Brianna Vanstrom. Before dinner is served, we want to thank the organizations and individuals who are major sponsors for this evening's event. Their generous financial support has made tonight possible. You can find their names in your program, but we'd like to make a special mention of the following. Please, again, hold your applause to the end. Janie Schriever and Associates, RE/MAX Results. And I'd like for those people to stand while we recognize all of them. Keller Williams Tri-Lakes and the Lake of the Ozarks Realtors. Mid-American Regional Information Systems, which I just found out it stands for MERIS, or MERIS stands for that. RE/MAX Results, Tri-Lakes Board of Realtors, USA Mortgage, the St. Charles Realtors, and the St. Louis Realtors. Thank you. We have some very prestigious guests with us tonight. They're industry leaders, and we wanted to make sure that you all see who they are, so we're going to ask them to stand also. Amy Blado is the 2024 NAR Region 9 Vice President from Oklahoma. Renee Hoover Payton is the President of the Oklahoma Association of Realtors. Christine Hansen is the NAR First Vice Presidential Candidate, and Christine's from Florida. Katie Johnson is the NAR Chief Legal Officer and Chief Member Experience Officer. Katie, I don't know if she's here tonight. Next, we're going to recognize the 2024 leaders of our institutions, societies, and councils. So, if you represent one of those distinguished groups, CCIM, SIOR, RRC, or RLI, or any one of our affiliated national organizations as a leader, please stand up. As the officers of those organizations, I know that each of you will represent your fellow designees and members to the highest standards of our worthy profession. Congratulations and good luck on 2024. Now, please welcome up to the stage with me Michelle Walker and Antoine Rose, as well as Charles Glenn.
If we could all please rise as they present colors.
How you doing?
Good.
We'll wait on them to get out here. They're coming right in front of us. What? Do you want to go first, or you want us to go first? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take a step back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We have a very robust program tonight, followed by a special dessert reception. So at this time, we'll begin to serve dinner. So please enjoy your music by The Groove Thing. And the program will resume promptly at 7:30. It's time to regain our festivities, and I got a lesson during dinner about German W's are always V's, and so now all of you are as ignorant as I am about linguistics, but I'm still going to call my friend Schriever, Shreveport Beaver. Anyway, as you can probably tell from Derek's name, he comes from a stalwart Nordic ancestry that has, and it didn't take me very much research to find out about Derek's wisdom and courage that he got from his ancestors, because he is descended from a fierce Viking sea captain named Bjorn Schriever the Fearless. And Captain Bjorn was a manly man's man who showed no fear facing his enemies. One day, while he was sailing the seven seas, a lookout spotted a pirate ship, and the crew became frantic. Well, Captain Bjorn bellowed, "Bring me my red shirt!" And the first mate quickly retrieved the captain's red shirt, and while wearing this bright garment, he led his crew into battle and defeated the pirates. Later on the same day, the lookout spotted not one but two pirate ships, and the captain again howled, "Bring me my red shirt!" And once again, they vanquished the pirates. So that evening, all the men were sitting around on deck recounting the day's triumphs, and one of them asked the captain, "Sir, why do you call for your red shirt before battle?" And the captain said, "If I'm wounded in the attack, the shirt will not show my blood, and thus you men will continue to resist unafraid." All of the men sat in silence and marveled at the courage of such a manly man's man. But as dawn came the next morning, the lookout again spotted out on the horizon not one, not two, but 10 pirate ships approaching. The rank and file all stared in worshipful silence at the captain and waited for his usual reply. Captain Bjorn gazed with steely eyes upon the vast armada arrayed against his mighty sailing ship, and without fear turned and calmly shouted, "Get me my brown pants." That's the type of leadership we're in for. Before we continue our program this evening, I would like to ask that you join me in honoring the past presidents of the Missouri Realtors for the countless hours and the boundless energy that they have given and continue to give to this organization. So I'd like all the past presidents of the Missouri Realtors to please stand now and be recognized. Now I want to welcome to the stage Brent Sager, who is the 2023 chairman of RPAC Missouri, for this evening's RPAC Hall of Fame recognition. Another one of our young up-and-coming leaders is Brent, and he's also a multi-talented leader because of his passion for animal adoption. You know, Brent volunteers regularly at the Branson Animal Shelter, and he shared a touching story with me earlier tonight about a young father who brought his son in to look about adopting a puppy from a litter. And the little boy was hugging the puppies, and he came up to Brent and said, "There's 2 boys and there's 2 girls." And Brent squatted down beside the little tyke and he said, "Well, how do you know that?" And the little boy said, "Daddy held him up and looked at the bottom, and I think it's printed on the bottom of the puppy." So Brent, would you join me?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't remember telling you that story, but it sounds right. So In 2001, trustees of the National Realtor Political Action Committee established the RPAC Hall of Fame for Realtors, whose contributions results in an aggregate lifetime total of at least $25,000. Each year, a small select few are inducted into this prestigious group at the Realtor Legislative Meetings and Trade Expo in Washington, D.C., where their names are etched onto the plaque on the rooftop of the Realtor building in our nation's capital. Before we welcome those who are inducted in 2023, let us honor those Missouri Realtors who have already achieved this incredible milestone. Would all Hall of Fame members through 2022 please stand and be recognized? Names are on the screen. Thank you all so much for everything you've done for our industry. In May, Missouri had the following new inductions into the NAR RPAC Hall of Fame. As these individuals stand to be recognized, I kindly ask that you hold your applause until the end. I said, I kindly ask that you hold your applause until the end. Yeah, get it out, get it out. There it is. At the $25,000 level, Lisa Adkins, Rhonda Ahern, Larry Apple. Are they standing? I can't see. Are you standing? Matt Becker, Linda Cohn, Isabel Walker, Jeannie McFall, Jordan Salisbury, Gregory Tolbert, Brianna Van Strom, and Michelle Walker. At the $50,000 level, Donnie Allen, Bob Bax, and Ryan Gattermeyer. At the $100,000 level, T. David Rogers. And at the $125,000 level, Bob Boardman. Please give all of these outstanding leaders, as well as all Realtor leaders who invest in RPAC each year, another round of applause. Brenda makes her way to side of stage. I don't know, I didn't write this.
Let's look together.
Okay, yes, you're right, sorry. I would now like to recognize those elected to serve as RPAC trustees this year. Congratulations to Randy Alaniz, Jessica Hubbard, Angie Mullings, Jordan Salisbury, and Tammy Tucker for being elected to serve as RPAC trustees in 2024. Thank you so much. Please also join me in congratulating Beverly Taki, who was selected to fulfill the previous term of Jeff Kester, who also became a life trustee due to his lifetime dedication to RPAC. Thank you, Beverly.
It's now time for the 2023 Missouri Women's Council of Realtors Annual Awards. Please welcome the 2023 Women's Council President Terry Kilgore to the stage. Terry has completed a year as president of the Women's Council, and I have a couple of questions I bet she's got figured out by now. You want to come on up here with me?
I don't know, do I?
I want to know, and you have to speak really loud into the microphone. If a turtle doesn't have a shell, is it homeless or naked?
I don't know. Maybe both?
Could be. Do they sterilize the needles for lethal injections?
Sure.
Okay. And the last question's pretty important. Could it be that all those trick-or-treaters that have worn sheets for years and years were really not going as ghosts, but as mattresses? Okay, you can have the script.
Thank you. Oh, she never ceases to leave me speechless, which is the hard thing to do. Oh, goodness. Okay, so hello, everybody. The first award is the Women's Council State Network Member of the Year Award. Tonight's recipient has a long list of accomplishments and has been chosen from among the local network honorees to be the 2023 State Award winner. I have the honor tonight to present the Missouri State Women's Council of Realtors 2023 Member of the Year Award to Liz Brooke from the St. Louis Network. I know she's out there. Where is she? Congrats, Liz. So our next award is the 2023 Entrepreneur of the Year Award. Tonight, I present an award that gets down to business, successful business. This person is outstanding as a career example, as well as a contributing member to their chapter, their local board, and their community. This person is a Realtor member who has answered the challenge, not only to stay in the real estate business, but to show that she can succeed as well. It is my honor and my privilege to present the Missouri State Women's Council of Realtors 2023 Entrepreneur of the Year Award to my good friend and my wonderful Dorito-loving woman, Sarah Bell. Okay. If y'all haven't seen Sarah's Dorito videos, you've got to find her on Facebook. She's hilarious. Next is the 2023 Excel Award, which goes to a relative novice. The recipient must be a member of Women's Council for 3 years or less, as a new member of their local Women's Council chapter. This winner has shown that they know how to jump in and get involved quickly. They have demonstrated excellence in cooperation, leadership, and education. They have been selected from among all of the chapter award winners as outstanding in their category. It is my pleasure tonight to present the Missouri State Women's Council of Realtors 2023 Excel Award winner to Alicia Harwood from the Kansas City Network. Alicia could not be here tonight, so Lynn Van Meter from the Kansas City Network is going to accept this award for her, and we will give it to her in February at our local chapter meeting. We have a new award tonight. The final Women's Council Award of the evening is the Strategic Partner of the Year Award. This award recognizes a company or an individual that has demonstrated outstanding collaboration, contribution, and alignment with the strategic goals and objectives of the Missouri Women's Council of Realtors. It is my pleasure to present the 2023 Strategic Partner of the Year to Katie Otto from USA Mortgage. Congratulations to all for making a difference in our industry and Missouri Women's Council of Realtors. I will now invite Lenora Kay to the stage to conduct the Missouri Women's Council of Realtors officer installation.
Good evening. I had it on my script that Terry was supposed to talk for 3 minutes about closing remarks about her year. You did a great job. Thank you so much. Moving forward, I have the joyous distinction of conferring the installation of the Women's Council of Realtors officers tonight. In the life of every organization, it falls on a lot of the some to lead and others to follow. Tonight we get to pay tribute to the retiring officers and salute their new leaders. These members are elevated for a brief period of time as officers to plan, to work, and to serve. Then they step back and follow while others lead. Will you now join me in recognizing the 2023 Women's Council officers who are retiring? Officers, would you please stand? We are all aware of the time and the efforts. I'm looking for more. Okay. Do we have everybody standing? Okay. Are you guys here? Okay. Thank you. We are aware of the time and the effort that you have put forth in serving the Women's Council of Realtors in 2023. You guys are a great group of people. At this time, I would like to recognize you and also recognize special recognition for Terry Kilgore, who served as your president. And would you please come forward to be recognized?
Thank you.
We have a beautiful trophy for her.
Thank you.
Get ready. Smile.
Thank you all so much. I thank my 2023 board. You guys, you know how I feel about you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your support, your work. Oh my gosh, you guys have worked so hard. You forever are in my hearts. You're my friends, and I adore you. Thank you.
Terry has been a valuable member of WCR for many, many years, and I'm not going to ask her how many years that was. Okay. You have all served well, and you have gained the experience that you need to be retained. Your new role will help and support the officers. Our heartfelt thanks to all of the members that have served WCR in 2023. I now declare those offices vacant, and we would like to induct the new officers for 2024 for the Women's Council State Network. Please come forward as your name is called. The president-elect is Becky Klein. First Vice President, Carol A. Duke. Treasurer is Sarah Bell. And the state liaison is Terry Kilgore. What a beautiful group of women. Awesome. You all have definite jobs to perform, but most importantly, you are to work together to create a very strong support system for your president. Your duties include serving on the governing board, and I love this part. You also have to do any other extra special things that the president requests. That's an open door, isn't it? Okay. So, I would now like to introduce the 2024 Missouri Women's Council President, Jerry Moore. What a wonderful group of women now. Jerry, it's an exciting time for you to be installed into the highest office of the Missouri State chapter of Women's Council of Realtors. We will all look to you for leadership that will bring us great success and harmony in everything that you undertake in 2024. Now, are each of you ready to raise your right hand and take on the responsibilities of your office? We are. Awesome. Do you solemnly promise and swear to administer the office for which you have been elected to the best of your ability and your judgment, conforming to the bylaws of the Women's Council of Realtors, observing and enforcing at all times the code of ethics, and supporting at all times the activities and interest of the Women's Council of Realtors? Then by the virtue of authority conferred upon me, I declare each one of you installed into your official duties. Thank you so much, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Jerry, you get to say some remarks.
Thank you, Lenora. Do you all want to sit? You don't have to stand up here while I'm talking. My first order to let them off the stage. Not your first. Well, good evening, my esteemed colleagues and realtor friends, my family, strategic partners who are here this evening. You know, tonight marks a significant moment as we witness the installation of the 2024 officers. I stood alongside Lenora Kay, Kathy Clark, and Dina Wolf a decade ago and raised my hand and took an oath to serve the Tri-Lakes Women's Council of Realtors, which set me on a transformative trajectory in my real estate career. Reflecting on that journey, I acknowledge the influence of remarkable women and men who supported me, including my Keller Williams family, the Tri-Lakes Board of Realtors. So I want to, if you'll just indulge me for just a minute, I want you to think about Women's Council members. And just think to yourself, are you related to a Women's Council member or married to a Women's Council member? Have you ever had a transaction, conversation, or referral with or to a Women's Council member? Have you ever attended a Women's Council event or a meeting or run for a Missouri Realtors office and gave your speech to a Women's Council and asked for their support and vote? If you are one of those people, would you stand just for a moment, please? Come on, don't be shy. Thank you so much for your support of Women's Council. So your impact has been profound, shaping not only my career, but also the landscape for fellow realtors across Missouri. Women's Council has helped mold and shape the advancement of some amazing leaders. As I stand here and I see faces that have been instrumental in my path, including my biggest cheerleader, my husband, Daryl, my daughter, Jamie, her husband, Paul, friends and family, my brother, John, and so many others in this room, I'm forever grateful. You see, leadership isn't about standing at the front. It's about the dedication, support, and the collective effort of those around you. And I'm pleased to say that Missouri Women's Council of Realtors is celebrating its 60th year in Missouri. That's something to cheer. And our mission is still clear: to advance women as business leaders in both the industry and the communities we serve, and our theme, Leaders Made Here. So if you're looking for a place to belong where people lift you up and help you grow, I encourage you to explore Women's Council this year. And lastly, to those who have supported and endorsed me on my journey to this moment in time, I am more than thankful. I'm honored and humbled, and I truly thank you all for your unwavering support on this journey, and I eagerly anticipate standing and serving beside you in the coming years as your Missouri Women's Council President of Realtors, or Missouri Women's Council of Realtors President, and also alongside Missouri Realtors, because together we're united. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jerry, and all the Women's Council members. Before we move to the recognition of our 2023 Missouri Realtors President, I'd like to recognize two very special individuals. In September, we recognized our Missouri Realtor of the Year, Jennifer Langston Justice, and Realtor Salesperson of the Year, Jerry Moore. Let's give them a round of applause. So we're taking another moment tonight to let them have the spotlight. So I'd like Jennifer and Jerry to come up to the stage to receive your official pin. It is rather better talking the mic. It is rather coincidental that we have, as recipients of these awards tonight, two very stalwart supporters of Women's Council in Missouri. Jerry?
Do we need to take a picture together?
Yeah, come
Come on, Brenda. You want to go first so you don't step on me? Go ahead.
One of the most gracious, kind Missouri Realtor leaders that I know brings a degree of gravitas when he comes to the stage. So I know what they say, with age comes wisdom, but that's why there's such a lack of elderly bungee jumpers. So while he is far from aged, he certainly is wise. I'm asking John Mayfield, our 2023 immediate past president, to come up here and make a presentation for me. There he is.
So I'd like to ask Andrea if she'd come on up here and join me. You know, when you're in this journey of the leadership, and there's many past presidents out there, they will all tell you that your president-elect is a special person, a special role, and I could not have chosen a better president-elect. I want you to know she's not only a very sweet woman, she's very kind, she's a friend, but when she speaks, she has such wisdom, and so I'm going to present her two awards. The first one's the Eagle Award, and as part of the leadership team, we go around and we present a much smaller version to the local board presidents, but it is a special award. And I don't know if you've gone over to Illinois and watched the eagles fly. In my area, we have a place called Bismarck Lake, and the eagles come in this time of the year. And it is just such an amazing thing to go watch these eagles fly across the lake because they just have a commanding presence. And I want you to know we were so fortunate this last year to have such a leader and such a person with a vision and with wisdom, and I just appreciate you so much. So this is yours. The other really cool perk you get is the Lifetime Member Award. So she does not have to pay dues anymore. So anyway. But great job she did this year. I'm so proud of her, and I want you to give her a great round of applause for a great job.
Thank you so much, John. Serving with you is an adventure, and what I've loved the most is while you say things in a paragraph, I say it in about 3 words, and yet you were able to decipher, and we were able to have that fun interaction of the different communication styles. And I learned so much watching you in your journey that it helped me in this role, so thank you. All right, so yes, thank you, John. As I wrap up last year and I was thinking about what to say, there's so many things that we can say about the journey that we take together. But being that it's been so awesomely chilly for the last couple days, I wanted to talk about snowflakes. So, we have all heard that no 2 snowflakes are alike. Each snowflake takes the perfect form for the maximum efficiency and effectiveness for its journey. And while the universal force of gravity gives them a shared destination, the expansive space in the air gives each snowflake the opportunity to take its own path. They are on the same journey, but each takes a different path. We too are all headed in the same eventual direction, but we are being driven by a universal force to our own journey. We are all individual. Oh, wait, I messed that up. We sometimes bump into each other. We cross paths, we collide, and sometimes being altered in that journey, and sometimes taking different forms by the end of our journey. But at all times, we too are perfectly imperfect. At every given moment, we are absolutely perfect, what is required for our journey. Imagine interacting with others, knowing that they too share this parallel with the snowflake. Like you, they are headed in the same place, and no matter what they appear like to you, they have taken their perfect form for their perfect journey. How strong would our relationships be if we could see and respect that we are all perfectly imperfect for our own journey? I have had the great opportunity to cross paths with and collide with so many of you, and I am changed because of this journey, and I'm not gonna cry. And so I just thank all of you. Thank you to my leadership team. Together we do accomplish more. Brianna, you have been an amazing CEO for me to partner with. You will probably forever be my friend, even though Bobby and I had dinner with you a decade ago and didn't know that our paths would collide again. So our snowflakes went in a blizzard and came back together in Elsa's snowman. So thank you. So thank all of you. Derek, it's going to be an amazing year, an amazing ride. Your destination and my destination are the same, and our journeys will be different, just like every amazing past president before us has had their own journey and impact on this organization. And just thank you to all of you. It takes all of us to make this fun little snow globe of Missouri Realtors.
Congratulations, Andrea, on a great year. And it's now my honor to invite Diana Sutherland to the stage to install your 2024 Missouri Realtor officers.
Thank you, Brenda. If I get this microphone correct. Can you hear me all right? Okay. It's a pleasure to be here this evening and assist in installing your incoming 2024 officers. Last night, the past presidents held their annual dinner. As we talked about our year in leadership, it became clear that our experiences were similar. We became involved in the Realtor Association because someone asked. We went on to become leaders of this association because of the people who influenced us throughout our time. We know that the officers that are installed this evening will be mentors for many of you in this room. Our hope is that when you are asked to serve, you will say yes. Just as our incoming officers have said yes to taking on the challenge of leading this association in 2024. I would like the following officers to please come forward. President-elect Bobby Howe. Treasurer Brian Jared. Treasurer-elect Brent Sager. And immediate past president Andrea Sheridan. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly affirm that you will, to the best of your ability, live up to and abide by the Realtor Code of Ethics and the bylaws and policy of the Missouri Association of Realtors, and further pledge to work diligently for the growth, development, and welfare of the members of this association? If you so subscribe, please answer, I will. I will. You may lower your hands. By the virtue of the authority vested in me, I declare each of you installed in your respective offices and vested with the powers thereof. Please accept my sincere best wishes for success. Let's give them a round of applause. It is now my honor to invite Joyce Thomas to the stage to install your 2024 Missouri Realtor President.
Thank you. Thank you, Diana. Wow, okay. I see what the problem was, but okay. Anyway, I have the, thank you, much better, thank you. I have the honor of saying just a few words about Derek. My husband Larry and I met Derek's parents, Dave and Janie, long ago, probably 20, 25 years ago in Vegas at a RE/MAX conference. And we just kind of hit it off, and so we palled around a lot with them during that time and every meeting at Missouri Realtors. I always see them, sit with them, we chit-chat and all of that. So I've always heard stories about their children, Caroline and Derek. I don't remember exactly all the things that they did or didn't do, but I do, I do remember that anytime Derek would do something funny or silly or good or bad, Janie would say, "That's just Derek." So I would like for Derek Schriever to come forward. I would also like to say that I really appreciated your remarks about your Unite in Word. I think that's awesome. I think we need to do a lot of that, and I commend you for that. Okay, please raise your right hand. As president of the most prominent trade association in the state of Missouri, you are accepting a position of leadership of the utmost importance. You have the responsibility of protecting the integrity of the real estate industry and the rights of private property owners in the state of Missouri. Such responsibility must be discharged with utmost care and diligence. If you pledge yourself to carry out these responsibilities to the best of your ability, please so indicate by saying, "I will."
I will.
Thank you. With the presentation of the president's pen, where's that? I proclaim you duly installed and wish you the best for 2024. Would all realtors please stand and express your appreciation for your 2024 president, Derek Schriever. Now I can say that's just Derek, right?
I'm glad she didn't try to recall some of the things because they were all my sister. I didn't want to get that confused. I asked Brianna just a moment ago, I said, "How long do I get to talk?" And she was like, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Sounds good. I'll set an alarm." Leadership journeys are fascinating. The first thing I want to do is simply thank the past presidents for leading in such a great example and ensuring and encouraging so many of us to find that unique journey in leadership we all have. It doesn't matter what role you have, if you end up here or if you stay in a role where you are always supporting the organization, having the right conversations, and leading in your own unique way. I want to thank all of you for being here and being part of my journey in leadership throughout this organization, our communities, and our great state. The beginning of my leadership journey is interesting. I was never a captain of a sports team, but my captain from my college sports team is here this evening. He led in a way that inspired me to constantly improve myself and become better. And that is what I ended up doing unknowingly. At the time I was under his wing, I would have never guessed that 3 years later I'd be a head soccer coach for a high school team. And so my leadership journey was kind of thrown on me. I graduate college, I go back home, I want to go to graduate school. Janie says, "Hey, I'll pay for some graduate school if you come help me in the office." She tricked me. She tricked me. I always said I would never work in real estate, and I'm pretty sure you've heard plenty of people on a stage like this say that. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a few in the LT that also said things like that. But nonetheless, my alma mater called me and said, "Hey, there's a coaching position open. Are you interested?" And I've never coached a thing in my life. So my coach from high school calls and asks me to come work with him. And lo and behold, he's my mentor in my leadership journey at that point. Fast forward from that point on, it was about 9 years later, somewhere in that window, I had an incredible soccer team. My program at Washington High was frankly never that successful, and it wasn't under my wing either. Definitely a losing record as a head coach. But I had a great few seasons. I got it all the pieces put together. And in 2017, we made a run that was pretty historic. Washington High had never won a district title. They had never advanced to the Final Four, and we did that. Unbelievably, in my mind, I was the leader of that pack. I luckily had some players who were the captains of the field and dominated in their own way and led that team in different ways. At one point, there was a game in the middle of the season, and I told them exactly what I wanted them to do at kickoff at half. And the top player of the team, who had 20 goals and 20 assists as a center back, you guys who don't know soccer, you don't score goals from the center back role. He had 20 and 20, and he went out there and did the exact opposite I asked him to do. We scored a goal and we won the game. Sometimes in your leadership journey, you just have to accept that things are going to go different, and you're going to encourage that person for being great despite not doing what you asked. It's a humble and an interesting angle to think of leadership. And as Joyce noted, I mean, I'm just Derek, you know, it's okay. I want others to help me be better. And that's what we all seek, right? That's why we encourage other leaders to come up and lead. Checking my alarm, I gotta keep it moving. So we make it to the Final Four, and we have this unbelievable semifinal game where my top player gets a red card in the opening 7 minutes. We play a man down. We go down 2 goals. We come back and tie. We go to overtime. We score a game winner, or we score a tying goal with 8 seconds left in regulation. We score a game winner with 2 minutes left. We advance to the final despite being 10-11. In this current real estate environment and the ecosystem that we're in, sometimes we feel like we're down a man. I don't know if you guys have been feeling like that as industry leaders, but the reality is you can overcome whatever comes up. And that's what I learned that day. But what happened the next day was I shared some crazy thought that I had for a very long time. I guess it's actually a theory. And what I realized is, as I was coming here for the dress rehearsal, somebody asked, are you nervous? Are your palms sweating? I mean, my palms sweat. They do anyways. Like it could be yesterday when it was 25 degrees in the meeting rooms. My hands are sweaty. But that's not really what happens. And when I talked to my team right before the final, after they played 120 minutes with a man down, I said, guys, how do you feel right now? And, you know, some of them were bold and brave and said, Coach, we're going to get it. And a few looked pretty nervous, like real nervous. Our area has never won a state championship. And so what I told them, I said, hey, whatever you're feeling, I don't think of that feeling that way. When I think of nerves and you get those butterflies, I don't get nervous. What I do is I realize that's an opportunity, a great opportunity. Anytime you're nervous, anytime you're worried, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to overcome whatever is there. It's an opportunity to prove yourself, your character, and your principles. And obviously that went pretty well. We lost the game though. But I think I might have changed those guys' lives. But to think of your own brain, the human mind, overcoming a feeling and an emotion. Not that you always have to do that. Feelings and emotions exist, right? But at the same time, to be able to mentally overcome that feeling of nervousness is the exact opportunity to show your principles and character. And over time, as you do that, and you make sure that you hold your emotions and feelings, whatever those might be, and you let your character and principles shine, that's when people see leadership. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I love soccer. Oh, shoot. Brianna, I'm gonna give me a, okay. So, In that situation, you're being natural and organic when you're not just reacting, you're letting your principles, your life experiences, everything you've ever done, that's the moment you're being your most natural self. What you may not have realized at your table is this packet of stuff. And my wife showed me the back of the program. Don't look at it. It's a bunch of pictures of our family, including me in a costume, not a fan. Okay. This is a pretty professional event. I'm not sure I'm supposed to look like a Paw Patrol member. But what you also have is an envelope. And in that envelope is something interesting. It is a puzzle. It is a puzzle designed on Midjourney AI, and I asked it to create 3 different circumstances: a cityscape, a townscape, and a countryscape. I also made sure that it had water in all of the pictures. I don't know where you all come from. I have a general idea of where you come from. My guess is you have a favorite part of your area that has water. Creeks, rivers, lakes, we all seek it. It's a core essence of the fundamentals of life. And this great state has it in an abundance. The puzzle pieces are where this all comes together. My theme is simple: Missouri Realtors unite. Unite in word, unite in strategy, unite in action. We're in this amazing facility that was a beginning of a journey for so many people before us. Like for the past 150 years, people would take a train from the East Coast, arrive here, and get in wagons to head to an unknown West. Sometimes we feel like we're heading into an unknown, and we're here in this building, and let's take our collective energy to say, whatever's ahead, we'll overcome it. We'll find a way, and we'll put our roots down in our own property rights in this great state. And whatever happens, guys, I'm here with you, and I hope you feel like you're here with me to unite and make sure this association continues to thrive in the years to come. I wanted to focus on puzzles rather specifically, one, because I love puzzling. It's a pastime of generations. I remember doing puzzles with my grandparents. My kids remember doing puzzles with their great-grandma. And these are the things that are just fascinating. But I also wanted to use puzzles because I want you to protect your puzzle. Not that one. The puzzle that is you. We're all unique puzzles. Our pieces are put together differently. But when put together properly, we become something beautiful, individually and collectively. That's why I'm asking Missouri Realtors to unite. I'm also asking that you keep track of your puzzle pieces, because I might need one of them this year. I might need to ask you for your unique skill to make sure this association does great things and continues moving in a very positive and forward fashion, as all of you leaders have helped us do over time. So all I wanted to say is Missouri Realtors unite, and thank you.
Congratulations to Derek, all the new leaders in Missouri Realtors and WCR. And as we conclude this evening's program, we'd like to invite you to join us for an evening of dancing for the next hour or so with our band Groove Thing. And it is physically impossible to say that band's name without doing this. So, as we continue with the music, this is your public warning. You probably will hear Bob Borgman request send in the clowns. I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied. Bob always likes to hear send in the clowns, and I am not going to be able to withstand the temptation to request a lion sleeps tonight because that's just a whim away. A whim away, a whim away, a whim.